Hello, theme park enthusiasts, and welcome back to Planet Coaster and to my Welcome to Derry section of my Warner Brothers Studios park. So, all of our work's been going on over here with this log ride. We still have an entire area back there to deal with. It is starting to hit me what type of a project I have undertaken here and how I'm probably an idiot for it because it is massive. Today what we're going to focus on is I'm going to start by trying to get this area here of the canal that goes through Derry walled in. And by walled in, I mean with concrete. It's not going to be natural stone on this area. So I need to get this smoothed out and then put in the concrete here. And then we're going to start on the scenes for the Neibolt house. I don't know if we'll finish them today or not, but that's what the goal is going to be, is to get this area sort of set up and good to go there. Then once we've achieved that, we can start moving the house into the proper position. We can see if we've got room over here for another scene. And then after that, the main things we have left to do is we're going to need to set up this bridge scene, which can't be done just yet because I have to add in some things here before that. So that I'm hoping might be the next episode, but that means I need to get done with the Neibolt house. Well, it probably won't be the next episode because I still have to do whatever I'm going to do over here first. But in a couple episodes, I will deal with this area and the bridge scene. So that's sort of the plan, the order of things. Let's go ahead and stop with the talking, jump in, and see what we can get to today. Okay, so I realized that the end actually didn't get recorded of what I was doing, so we'll take a look at that here in a moment. But basically, what I want to do in this episode, I feel like I have achieved overall. I may put a few more details in, and the fact is, this ride overall may get a few more details as I go along. Now, I'm not too worried about things sticking through the black boxes here because of the fact that there's going to be actual buildings around this. The box is really meant to just sort of create the box of the scene on the interior. I don't care what hangs out the outside because it won't be visible to anybody. So we'll start with what I started the episode with first, which was concreting off this area and making it into the canal. Now, it still has some work to be done because the bridge has to be constructed and such, but overall, I'm very pleased with the way that the canal looks. I will say it does look somewhat different than the real canal looks in Bangor, Maine, but I think the thing about that is that in Bangor, I don't think that the water is 23 feet below the bridge area, or maybe the bridge is somehow done differently than it is here. That I'm not positive of, but the height that he gives in the book doesn't seem to work with the pictures I've seen. Like, realistically, the water should be up to about here at least. So we'd only be talking a very few foot fall. For the drama and stuff that I'm going to have in the scene that's going to come later with the fall from the bridge area, I actually like the depth here. But it does mean that you are a bit lower down here, and that is going to be something I have to consider when I'm constructing this area out here, which will be in a couple episodes. But then we get to the main work for this week, which was Neibolt Street. Now, we'll get to the interior work, but I did want to comment to begin with on the fact that first, yes, I built out the building, and then I came back in with this black box. And the reason for that is this right here, this look. This is the iconic house, the way it is here. The extension I put on, while I felt like I could blend it in and it was going to work as far as looking like part of the house, it isn't part of the iconic house in that aspect. And so I didn't want to have something that wasn't true to what was shown in the movie and such. So therefore I decided, let's remove the fake looking part of the house, or the part of the house that wasn't from the movie, and we'll just have this be black background here. Now, for the actual ride, if this was done as a real ride and stuff, most likely this wouldn't be just a black background. It might be a painted scene or something, shows like buildings in the background, something of that nature, but it would be something to hide the fact that it's a background. You could, in theory, have this be dark overall so it wouldn't be as noticeable, but you would do something about this. But as I said, I did want it where the house stayed the proper shape it was, but on the inside it is much bigger. And that actually fits the story in it, because as Pennywise even himself says in the book, things always look smaller on the outside. And so the house is going to look one size, but then when you're actually on the inside, it's going to look very different. It's going to be sort of almost a fun house in that way. And so we get to the scene where, as I said, this didn't record properly. You saw through the placement of the stove. Went ahead and put a cabinet over here. We have a little dining table over here, and we have sort of a area with glassware over here. Now these are all oversized, and that is on purpose, except for the table. The table is about the right size, but I wanted all these things to be oversized because, again, this is about sort of a lack of reality here. The house isn't normal. It's not what it should be, and I wanted to give that feel, and I felt the oversized furniture really helped with that. And then just giving some visual aids here, like this stove head fire that came with it and stuff. I felt it was perfectly fine to have that. Rats are mentioned in the kitchen area of the Neibolt Street house in the book, so I went ahead and added some here, and then I added one that will hopefully stay where he is up on the table. Then in this area here, we have in the book where they go down a hallway that the ceilings seem to reach upwards forever. I didn't want to make them too tall, but I did want them going upwards, and I liked the idea of having some peeling wallpaper there to just really show that the house is run down. We've got the spider webs that are somewhat indicating the age, as well as sort of indicating sort of a early hint of what the creature actually is going to be in the giant spider in the end, which King does in the book himself by really mentioning spiders quite a few times. Same thing with the cobwebs here. We've got the cobwebs over here. Now in the book, there's just a mattress laying on the floor, and then the lava starts bubbling up through it. You know what? I actually might change that here real fast. See if I can get both of them here. No, I do not want the house, and I do not want the floor. Fine, I might have to move them separately, because I do not want to mess with everything. But what I could do here, I just realized, is we can sort of make the mattress be on the floor, and there not be a bed frame, just like that. That'll work out perfectly. I don't know why there's multiple lava things here in the first place. That might explain why I had such a weird look going on to it. I did not realize that I had multiple lavas going on. So it actually works out well that I'm going back over this. Alright, so basically what we have here is in the book, there's a mattress on the floor in the first room they come to, and this black substance like lava starts bubbling up from the mattress. It's not black, but it is lava-like, so that's what I'm going with. The fact that the mattress itself is black, I felt like worked with that. The second room they come to actually just has a sound coming out of it. Now, I have thought about just putting a wall here and putting a door and just a speaker behind this area, and I'm thinking that's what I will probably go with. Might do that at the beginning of the next episode, or even do that in between the episodes, because this area is just sort of an empty blank space. But then we come to the highlight of this area and to Neibolt Street overall, which is when they get to the bathroom. So with the bathroom, I wanted a shower. Again, the water wasn't running in the shower in the actual story, but adds a little bit of theming to the room and some visual interest. We've got the sink over here with some lighting above the mirror. We've got the toilet. Now in the story, the toilet is burst apart and it's the pipe that it comes out of. But here, I had to have it drop anyways for the ride, so I figured we will put the toilet in, we'll sort of put it in the corner, and we'll have this rubble around like this is where the hole came out. Now, the form that it takes in this particular scene is a werewolf, so I felt that this animatronic that somebody had put onto the workshop worked beautifully for it, and so we've got the werewolf there that I'm going to put on a trigger so that it will howl at the people right as you're about to drop. Then you'll drop down, and then we will get into the scene here through the canal. And as I said, we'll get to that in a couple episodes. Next episode here, we're going to work on this area out here. And the way we're going to do that is we're probably going to have another tunnel right about here. So that means this is the area we're working with. And I know the scene that's actually going to be in this area now. Now that I see the size of it and stuff, I know exactly what I want to do here. Very excited for detailing this out next week. I'll not say too much about it until we get there, but I do know what's coming into this area. Then, as I said, we're going to have a tunnel here, and then you're going to come out of the tunnel so you get a good look at the Neibolt house before you go into it. Then you climb the stairs here, you have this little slide down into the house some, and then we go through what we set up this week. Then we will get to this part over here, which I'm really excited for. This is going to be a lot of placing things that already exist. It's not as much design work on my part, but it's really going to make this area come to life, and I'm very excited for that. Then we have one final scene that I've thought about, and I think I'm going to do my best to put in right over here. We will see how it works out. And once that scene's done, this ride will be done. So we probably got about 3, maybe 4 more weeks worth of work on this ride. That does not include the buildings to go around the ride. It does not include the 2 rides that are going to be held over here. So we have quite a bit still to do in the Welcome to Derry area. But the main ride will be done hopefully in about 3 weeks. That's my goal. So we will see how that goes. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. If you enjoyed the episode, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you back for more Planet Coaster and more of my Welcome to Derry part of the Warner Brothers Studios park.